Good afternoon. Welcome to the TD Show. Back at it again here today. Todd and Devin here with me. So just trying to get back to normal life again. I guess phase one in Maryland at least is something that's finally opening for us, and we're able to go out a little bit and not just the golf course and sit at our home and watch the same channels over and over again.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you guys think about that, but it's good that it's at least starting to go back to some kind of normal.
Have normal life.
Yeah, it's not everything.
Somewhat of normal. It's like, I mean, obviously some things you still can't do.
Yeah,
it's still a lot going
getting
on.
closer to a normal life.
We're finally in phase one, so that's good.
Yeah, that's I think that's the best thing. At least it's going in the right direction instead of sitting there.
Yeah.
But anyways, like today's show, we'll actually cover The Last Dance, which is the final 2 episodes tomorrow night, which should be pretty interesting. It's been great so far, really seeing how Michael Jordan did, back in those early 90s, and then when he did that final season. So I think it's going to be great tomorrow night. I wish it would be more, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. It's been a good series.
Yeah. And also, we're going to go into our first segment, breaking down each division for the NFL. So the AFC East is our first breakdown today. We'll go around the table here and do wins and losses, and basically see if we're on the same page or if we've got some surprises. So the one thing, though, I don't know if, Devin, you want to talk about this, is Maryland got a new recruit. I know you're a Ohio State guy, but I thought that was pretty big for us.
Yeah, actually, I just, you said you saw it yesterday, but it just popped on my phone this morning. Tualia Tagovailoa.
That's pretty good.
That's a really good job. That's a tough name.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But Tua's brother, who just got drafted to Miami.
Yeah.
Wait.
Miami.
Yep.
No, I said Tua's brother.
Tua got drafted.
To Miami.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think that's a good recruitment for you guys, to getting him as a transfer from Alabama. He was going to be Alabama's starter this year, which Alabama usually does pretty good. I mean, that's impressive you guys got him. I think it's going to do well for you guys.
What I didn't hear is why he transferred to begin with.
I didn't see. Yeah, I was trying to look it up. I just saw it was like good news.
Yeah, it was good news for the Terps.
Yeah. The only thing
Mike Locksley, another good.
Yeah.
Getting him to come to the Terps.
Well, I was telling Devin, I was like, give him a couple years of just recruiting and actually getting the people he wants in his lineup and letting them play together. I think Maryland will be a lot better as it goes. Will they be at the powerhouse level? That remains to be seen.
I think they give Locksley a couple years of recruiting. The way he's recruiting, I think he's got a top 10 recruiting class. So
yeah.
So I just was looking at a thing. So it turns out Tualia contacted who you're talking about?
Mike Locksley.
Mike Locksley. He contacted him, and it says he texted him at least 75 text messages.
Oh wow!
Trying to tell him that he's transferring to Maryland.
So
he made the decision.
So he wants to play under Locksley, which is great.
I was like, wow, that's
Locksley used to be
that's a big
Alabama's
statement.
offensive coordinator.
He's well liked.
Yeah.
I mean, that Maryland.
He's a great recruiter.
Yeah.
That's a huge.
And I think he's a decent coach. I mean, last year it's like that wasn't all his
first
people.
year. I mean,
it was only that was really none of his people, right? I mean,
no.
Yeah. So this is his first year, and like he's a top 10 recruiting class. You got a guy texting him numerous times that he wants to play for him, and he's already got. What, a 4-star?
Yep.
Lance, was it LeGrand? Yeah. I mean, and then you got what, Josh Johnson? Or am I saying that? No, I'm wrong.
I don't recall his name, but I know who you're talking about.
He's
another decent quarterback.
Yeah, and then guy from actually my school, I forget his name, but he got a scholarship to Maryland. He probably won't play for a while, but still pretty cool. He was a good quarterback for us. Got our first undefeated season in like over 13 seasons. So I thought it was pretty cool that actually a guy from my school got a scholarship to Maryland, and now he's going to be playing under a great head coach.
Yeah, I think, he might transfer with all
Yeah.
I mean, unless he really steps out, you never know. But, I mean, with that amount of people in front of you, you're redshirting it, you're already behind.
Yeah, you gotta wait for training camp.
Wait
and see.
Yeah. So, but anyways, what we'll do is the other thing I was going to say is the one problem that I'm noticing, this is moving forward, is baseball. They keep saying that baseball is going to start July 4th weekend, and the problem is the players are not on the same page as the owners.
Sounds like money.
Yeah, revenue. I mean, I think it's like 40% of their income is being cut. which I think is a problem.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I don't feel sorry because they're millionaires.
I mean,
But I mean, I get it. You're in that. I mean, if I was making money and I get a 40% pay cut, that would not make me have an incentive to go out and want to risk.
Well, aren't they not playing as many games? So the amount of games they're playing got cut.
Yeah, that's true. Prorated.
It's prorated to be in with what they're making.
Yeah.
I think they want it to be revenue sharing, where it's like half and half.
Yeah.
I think that one of the reasons they're doing this is because, I mean, if you look at the United States economy right now, I mean, it is just dipping a lot more than it was.
Yeah, it's not a good look when
everything's going on. I mean, yeah.
It's not a good look when pro athletes are complaining about money when
Nobody's making it.
1/5 of the country's unemployed.
Right,
So,
right. Yeah, and honestly, in their position, they're privileged. If you've been in the league for a couple of years, you're making millions.
Yeah.
If you didn't manage your money then,
Right.
I don't think the league's the problem. I think you might be the problem with giving out your money and not managing it correctly. So,
They always make the statement, though, that, but you have to agree with it, that they put their bodies through hell.
Oh, yeah.
They put their bodies
I mean,
on the line.
Yeah,
to get to the level of any pro athlete, you're dedicated to your craft.
Yeah.
and right now they're all struggling. You look at football. I mean, NFL talks about they're opening up the facilities. I think it's 50% capacity they can be there. Coaches cannot be there right now. That's something I know. And they really just want them to be able to go in the facilities and work out because everything's on Zoom or you're doing your own training. So, but baseball, back to that, I think they're scheduled to try to have opening weekend July 4th, which at this point, I wasn't a big baseball fan for a while, but I just would love to see that because it actually would be interesting.
What's the shame thing is the Nationals have won the World Series and they don't get to celebrate with their fans for the first time.
Yeah.
So,
that sucks. I mean, it's
sucks.
like you're not.
I'm a Nats fan, so it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, you at least want to celebrate that and defend the title, and you're sitting there basically waiting and.
Stupid pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. It's not done well. But anyway, so let's get into it here. Last Dance. I know for Todd and I, that's Michael Jordan. The Bulls were somebody in our younger days was definitely a very well-known subject, and I'm still a believer Michael Jordan is the best player.
Me too.
Pound for pound, like just than any of the other ones. LeBron, Kobe, I think is, in my opinion, the closest to Michael Jordan. Just his work ethic, and I mean, he pretty much, positioned himself and made him look like Michael Jordan with his shots and everything.
Yeah, and in the show he says most of the stuff he got was from Michael and playing against him.
Yeah.
And he asked questions all the time while on the court.
Yeah.
Most of his talent came from Jordan, but also himself, which put those two things together. That makes him the second best player, pretty much of all time.
Yeah.
It's tough to say who's the second best, but you could tell when Kobe played how much he resembled Jordan.
And his work ethic,
play,
his drive, like his confidence level was. I mean, LeBron, it's like you've moved to how many teams now, and you've won with them, but it's like you have to have a supporting cast all the time to make you who you are. I'm sorry, that's just my feel. I like LeBron. I think he's a great role model. I don't think he's the best ever.
Yeah, I don't think he's the best ever, but
I would put Curry over LeBron in some situations. Curry overall has a better shooting percentage. He's probably the best 3-point shooter of all time. He has better handles. He can drive better. I mean, Curry is probably
that's tough. I'm not sure if I agree with that. But
No, I don't agree. Well, that's two different positions. You got a point guard and a forward.
But I mean, Curry's the better player though. Overall, you look at his stats and what he's won.
Now, LeBron would take him.
Okay, if
to the
you had to
house.
take a last-minute shot, who would you pick, Curry or LeBron?
LeBron.
No.
If you're starting a franchise, who are you picking, LeBron or Curry?
Curry.
I'll
take
pick
LeBron.
Curry started with nobody on his team. I mean,
Yeah, but he got a supporting cast too.
Then Clay came in.
Right, which makes him better. Those people made him
Well, those
better.
two guys were drafted.
But they made him better. So, I mean, LeBron,
Curry was
people
good
are
from the
coming,
beginning.
no matter what team he goes to, the guys want to flock to him. And Curry,
I mean, there's no doubt they're both great players. I think LeBron's game is more like Magic Johnson.
yeah.
Curry's
That's good.
more of a great shooter. He's a great 3-point shooter. He's a good player, but I just don't think he's the level that LeBron is.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean,
Curry.
we could read about this all day.
Curry
Yeah.
went I mean, LeBron got noticed out of high school. Curry had more effort because he was short, and nobody really noticed him. And he went to Davidson, and he took them to the final.
Yeah, they were great.
He took them to really far in the March Madness.
Curry, though,
That's
has a
what made
following
them-
of his dad. His dad, Del Curry, was a great basketball player too.
Yeah.
I think he played.
His brother was good too.
Yeah, his brother was good. Yeah, both. Yeah,
Been hurt.
yeah, they both were good. And my opinion, I mean, we like Todd said, we could talk about this all day. Like, I mean, but I mean, Kobe came from high school as well. So I mean,
And he was better.
the bottom line, Jordan
Kevin Garnett.
Jordan
Yeah.
better both of them.
yeah, and also the bottom
All
line is,
three of them.
you put any of those guys you bring up in today's basketball in there and back and when Jordan was playing, the way how soft it is now.
And
like,
the rules change.
Yeah.
The 3 steps rule is just.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jordan had 3 steps, he wouldn't be never be stopped.
No. And it's soft. Like these guys,
Yeah.
like you could breathe on it.
I think LeBron would have been fine, but most players.
Yeah.
I mean, look with
Steph Curry would have got level.
the Detroit Pistons, the way they foul people,
Oh my God.
it would have been tough on them.
Yeah, I mean they
But
were
if you
constantly.
But if you look,
Different game.
if you look at players in today and players back then, I'm not saying any of this towards Jordan because would still be the same way. More guys in today's NBA are more elusive and more fast and just overall better handles. You got to look at that too. Curry,
I think
is
overall,
really good
yeah. I think overall, you're
at-
probably right.
I mean, really good at dribbling.
Better athletic.
They're more
athletes.
elusive and they're not.
But they're not as good as shooters. They're not as good as defenders.
No, the NBA defending today is terrible. There is no
So-
defending.
They just throw shots
They just
after
throw
shot
shots.
after shot.
Curry just makes shots from half court,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But he does.
But that's what made, if you watch The Last Dance and you really watch some of those battles of the Knicks, the Knicks and Bulls were great series. I mean, the trash talking and the stuff they did, you had Spike Lee on the court, talking trash to Jordan. And then you've got the Bulls and the Pistons and
That was a great
the
series.
bad boy. I mean, Pistons were just that name they lived up.
And like if you
Bill
were,
Laimbeer, I hated him.
Bill Laimbeer,
Yeah.
it was just he was a hated guy in the NBA.
Rodman was still with that team
What?
back then.
What I would pay to see.
Joe Dumars.
Yeah, Dumars, yep.
What I would,
Isaiah Thomas,
what I would pay
who
to
Jordan doesn't
see
like.
is
Great.
Yeah.
today. I would say the team from the Golden State team from 2015 to about 2018.
To play the Bulls then.
With the Golden State team with Durant, Draymond, Clay,
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Curry, versus the
My money's
90s
on the Bulls.
Yeah, I'm
I
with
mean-
Todd. My money would be the Bulls.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, Rodman will
Scottie
shut
Pippen.
that. Well, Rodman, what he'll
Jordan.
do, he'll get Durant angry. He'll get Klay Thompson angry. He'll definitely
Jordan
get
would
Draymond
shut down.
angry.
Jordan would shut down Curry.
Yeah, yeah.
Him or Scotty would shut down Curry.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind.
Draymond Green would get kicked out of the game because Rodman would get under his skin so bad because that's what he did. He would get people so angry with him because he was annoying, but he was so good at defending.
Yeah.
They call him the worm for nothing.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
But Clay and Curry, their composure and that kind of environment is very strong. So that's what it'd be cool to see that kind of test versus Rodman and see how they would
It'd
react.
be awesome to watch. Like if somehow you could
Because
Put them two together, yeah, it'd be really
Golden
cool.
State broke their record
Right.
because they had such a talented team.
that's a great team.
Cleveland was talented, but they just didn't have that extra step.
My
to get there.
first question would be, what rules are we playing by?
Yeah, we playing by
Are we
the
playing
I would
by
say split the rules. You add the
Okay.
How many steps? How many steps?
steps,
You
yeah.
add the 3-step rules because
Okay.
they didn't have it in the 90s, right?
Are they going to be able to play physical at least?
Yes, that's
That's
allowed.
another thing.
Because that's real basketball. They're
Pistons,
physical.
it's Pistons, Bulls, physical.
Physical. Right. I think that.
My money's for the Bulls.
Bulls definitely.
All day.
If they're gonna be
Yeah,
physical,
yeah. Because Jordan handled that. They all did. Jordan in one of the episodes, he bulked up. He was in the off season. He bulked
But
up.
the rules are going to be a little bit more sensitive, though. Like nothing too physical. Because you have to even it out. So you can add a lot of more physicality than today's NBA, but you have to even it out with like something like what would you say was like a thing in the 90s that was a sensitive foul?
I mean, there's no doubt that.
Sensitive foul then
One thing's-
is like a flagrant foul now.
Right.
It is.
Okay.
I mean, it's that bad.
So another thing that happens that's not changed is if you're a superstar, you get a lot of calls. Jordan got a lot of calls.
Yeah.
Curry gets a lot of calls.
Yeah.
LeBron
LeBron,
gets a lot of
Kobe,
calls.
all
Kobe got a lot of calls.
yeah.
And that's more.
That'll never go away.
It'll never go
yeah,
away.
You're
That's
going to just start.
Superstar get this
Yeah.
call.
Did you guys see the video of when the ref was talking to Jordan and Jordan disagreed and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go with that," and he just the ref like agreed with Jordan what he said. I was like,
That when you're that good.
Yeah.
But the one thing about Jordan in these episodes that I loved was, like when he lost, the next game you're not beating him.
Yeah.
He literally hands down.
That's the one thing that stood out in this documentary is how much the little slight he would take it and make him better.
Yeah.
And just even if it was fake, or he made stuff up sometimes. That's the crazy part about it.
Yeah. His competitive nature is unreal. Like even in practice, you see a lot of those guys saying they hated him, but. Like Bill Weddington was one of the guys. He's like, but it made us better. So who cares?
Yeah.
Like that, and that's the mentality you have to have. And you're playing with somebody so great, but they're pissing you off, or the coaches are making you mad. But if you see victories or wins coming out of that and development, you got to be able to have tough skin and put up with that and move forward and win. And that's what they did.
One thing I remember him saying is when he punched.
Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
And
Go to Golden State.
And that's just. Afterwards, he felt terrible. He was like, "I just beat up the smallest guy on the team."
Yeah,
and it's just but that's Jordan. He's like a high competitive guy, and that's what made him great. That's why he was great.
What was the thing you told me the other day? Because I didn't see that. Was it? I'm not sure what episode it was. Was it the last two episodes when you said Jordan was like right after he lost?
Oh,
his trainer asked what day.
His competitiveness, like that's at that point. But I'll answer that like what you said about Steve Kerr. He also said like he gained a lot of respect for Steve Kerr because he stood up to him.
Right.
He stood up to the baddest man in the league.
Steve Kerr didn't back down
as far as talent. Yeah, and he went after him, which them two had a lot of respect for each other, and that's like Jordan. That's what you have to do to somebody like that. Put them in their place.
Yeah.
And if you don't, he's gonna walk all over you all day. And that's what he did. And to your point with Jordan, his competitive nature, when they lost, I think it was the '95 playoffs when they lost to the Knicks. I think it was the Knicks.
Yeah, it was Knicks.
I'm not sure.
It was
I'm not sure if it was the Knicks or whatever. And
no, it was Orlando Magic.
Was it Orlando? Oh yeah, it was because Horace Grant was on that team. Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal. Yep. And so the part that he's talking about is when they were his trainer literally was talking to him that night after it, and he was down about it. And he was like, well, "When do you want to start training again?" He's like, "I'll see you tomorrow." Right. I mean, that's just a winner. You know, he doesn't have to. He's the greatest basketball player. He's got enough money. He could have just hung it up. See you later. I gave it a shot. I came back from baseball, and I'm good. No, I'm going to go back and train. And that's why I put him up as number one, because you don't hear that from a Kobe. I did see that.
Yeah.
LeBron, I mean, I don't know. LeBron's more of a larger scale personality, like political figure.
LeBron is more of an everybody person.
Well, he's a great role model. I mean, he's doing schools and stuff. He does. The man does a lot. That's why people put him down. I don't dislike him. I mean, I just think MJ's better than him. But I think he's a great role model and a great individual and a great ball player. Right. Kobe was his work ethic and his drive, and he would win. I mean, if him and Shaq would have stayed on the same team, my God, if they would have put their difference aside, I think they would have won. One after another. I mean, that's just a 1-2 punch. I mean, you're not getting by.
That's another team that could have won more championships.
Yeah. So I mean, that's where the comparison, But these episodes have been great so far. I mean, there's been a lot of cool things like that you didn't know about. Like, I mean, the one thing it's sad, like when his father was murdered, he's Royal Roads of North Carolina.
I had forgotten about that. How his dad died,
and how it really affected him. I mean, he broke down after a game. Because he was so used to his dad being involved in his life, and it
was sad.
Yeah, exactly. So it shows that they're not any different than us normal people. Just because he makes a lot of money and he's a superstar, he's still going to deal with those unfortunate things. Yeah. So I mean, but that those parts.
I mean, you have certain people like us and act like an actual normal person, and then you have the whack jobs like Antonio Brown, who their mind just goes to waste and. All that money is just like gone to his head.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't think he's a whack job. I mean, I don't think Antonio Brown didn't get to where he's at because he's stupid.
Yeah.
Money. Your reference to money. Yes, money. But I also think that you said it perfect. Vontaze Burfict laid him out in the game, and he was different after that. I mean, knocked him out. And I don't think that's the full effect, though. I think it's money.
I don't know.
Ego.
He seemed weird.
No, he's out there, but I don't think he's not stupid. I love you see things on Twitter, or whatever. He's an idiot. He's going back to school. And a lot of times, I'm just trolling you people just to make you do this because I don't care, And it's like but he does. If you notice, he's calmed down.
Yeah, you don't hear much.
Either.
I was going to get to that and be like, I don't.
He's working on himself.
I don't necessarily hate Antonio Brown. He
brought a lot to him. I don't hate him. I don't like how he handled it.
He handled it very poorly. It was kind of like a LeGarrette Blount moment when he walked off in Tennessee a few years back.
Yeah.
But, you can see over the past few months, you haven't heard much from him.
No.
It seems like he's calmed down a little bit. We don't know what he's doing. It's by keeping his head to
himself.
himself.
Lamar Jackson and his cousin, so that's what we've seen. But when you're comparing, like you said, comparing athletes like that to what Jordan is, that is night and day.
I don't see parallels.
There's nothing compared to them. LeBron, he's on that side with Jordan, Kobe, all those guys. Antonio Brown is in a different ball game.
He's definitely different cat.
On the field, Antonio Brown, there is not a receiver that can match him, with his talent and his work ethic. But you don't see that from those guys. With the last.
To be honest with you, Jordan's the least selfish player there is. Just the way he puts the amount of pressure he puts on his teammates,
and himself.
His worth ethic is like no other.
Yeah. He's one guy, he can talk it. He's definitely walked it, so he can talk to you the way he wants. Because it's like the man put on his old school shoes and played with bloody feet, and still put up 50 in that game. So
I could quote him all day, but one thing he said, I just loved. I started laughing when he's talking about people criticizing the way he treated his teammates and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, "Well, that's because you never won anything."
Right.
I started laughing. I was like, that's hilarious.
When you don't win anything, it's really kind of hard to say.
Yeah,
you can't tell somebody what to do or teach them when you don't even know how to do it. And he's a guy like he actually his baseball. I think he stole 50 bases. I think his batting average wasn't bad.
I don't know if I ever researched how good he was as a baseball player. He could have been a great, at least like a Ricky Henderson, stealing bases, get on base and stealing.
Well, the fact that he just left basketball, I'm just going to play baseball. Because that's where he started as a kid. Yeah. He was playing baseball. And hearing that in The Last Dance, it's like, wow. And then you see where he went. He went to Birmingham. That was the AA team he went to. And, the crowd base, that guy must have loved, the owner of that team must have loved that. Because all the revenue that they were bringing in just because he was there. But the fact he played, he actually took it serious. It wasn't like he just was there to be the star power and I'm Jordan, put me in the majors. Yeah. No, he never made it really. He did make it. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think he. Yeah, he did play up there for.
Did he? No.
I don't think he did. You want to look that up? But I was
he probably could have if he would have stayed with it. That's the thing that.
I don't know if Jordan did or not. I don't think he made.
That's the thing about one of his teammates was saying for that ball club was that if he would have stuck with it, he probably would have made it into the majors because. His on base percentage was good, and
he could run.
And he could run.
He's tall.
He stole a lot of bases.
So he could, but his span of running was quicker because he was tall. Yeah. He's 6'6". Yeah. So I'm. Did he go? Did he actually play in the majors?
It says on March 4th, 1994, Michael Jordan appeared in a game wearing a White Sox uniform for the first time.
Yeah.
With number 45.
So that was spring training. Yeah. So he didn't actually make it, but the fact that he made that effort was impressive.
Yeah.
And then when he came back in that episode, that ticket, I think it was against the Knicks, because didn't he come back late in the season?
Middle of the season.
Yeah, and he came back with a number 45.
He had a baseball. That's what it's the thing. He had a baseball body. wasn't really training for
basketball.
Still, was a good player.
But he wasn't.
It wasn't him.
Yeah.
Himself.
What does Knicks stand for?
The Knickerbockers.
What's that?
That is like a. Oh, that's a good question.
That's a great question.
I think that. So yeah, I think that's a.
It's in New York.
Knickerbockers
slang, right?
Was that a shoe?
I thought that had something to do with New York.
So I think it's something with a shoe or something. I may be way off base.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Laugh at me for that, but
I'm from Washington. So
yeah.
DC.
It's clothing.
Oh, okay. But is that what the Knicks? You're just looking at what
that
is.
No, it's a New Yorker.
A New Yorker.
Yeah.
Knickerbocker.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what they are, the Knicks. So but the Knicks back then, you had Ewing, you had Oakley, you had Spike Lee from the stands. Then you had who's the one guy I couldn't stand? I was telling you who it was.
Jackson.
He was number 3, I think it was. He was always running.
Mark Jackson.
Was it Mark Jackson or somebody? It was one, and I don't think it was Mark Jackson. I don't want to look that up, but I'm trying.
They had Oakley.
There was Oakley, Ewing. There was Mark Jackson at
Jackson.
one point. It
What
wasn't
team
a
is
lot.
this?
The Knicks. To the 94-95 team. It's John something. I'm pretty sure it's John. Why am I? Oh, I can see his face because he literally would drive me nuts because he was decent. He was a decent player, but he would drive me nuts. He'd run his mouth. He's one of those players,
Right.
which was honestly that's good. You get in people's ears and you throw them off their game, and he would. And when Devin brings that up, we'll come back to it. But yeah, just look. I mean, these episodes. I wish there was more, and they should really take a piece out of this. If there's any other access to other things they've done.
What year?
94, 95.
Yeah.
Knicks roster. But I think there is another show coming up. It was about the Sacramento Kings, the owner. The owner was racist. He made racist remarks on TV, on camera. And it really, like, where the NBA players are putting their jerseys down. Because the NBA, I think, was
I don't
supporting
know. I know
him.
you're talking about.
I saw, and that's what's
Yeah.
coming up next. They were supporting him, and they were putting their jerseys down, which I'm like, I got to be honest, I'm with the guys on that one. You
Yeah.
got an owner on camera saying those kind of things. This is not segregation time anymore. You shouldn't be doing those kind of things.
Yeah.
And I got to agree with that.
I agree.
And, you know, it brings me
I can't remember his name. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, that's
John Starks?
John Starks, there it is.
Starks,
Yes,
yeah.
that guy. Why I forgot his name. He was such a polarizing figure there on the court because he was good as a defenseman. He was a good defender.
Patrick Ewing was on there too.
Oh yeah. And that was the other thing in The Last Dance with Scottie Pippen dunking on and just walking over you. And you won't see that today. That would almost be a brawl, you know, because there's so much sensitivity to that stuff. That was just manning up.
Another thing that's coming out more is that how much they couldn't stand Jerry Krause.
Oh my God, yeah.
And just how
That
like
dude was terrible.
he was selfish to want to get rid of that team. Like,
We had the
that
little
team.
Napoleon syndrome. He was a little fat,
Yeah.
little short guy. They said that.
Right.
And Jordan always would talk. He's like, "This is light beer. You should be all right with that."
Right.
You know, just like like saying stuff. And I was like, "Wow, is he open?"
Right.
And it's like they couldn't do anything to him because he literally said, "This is it."
Right.
I can't believe they did that. I mean, why would you get rid of Phil Jackson? Why? What? I mean, he. You know, that triangle defense
Offense
that he did was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, why would you get rid of that? Why would you get rid of those players? Jordan was not done.
Yeah, they
I
come
mean-
at least two more. At
Oh
least.
my God, they might have did more because Jordan played until 2001 or 2.
2003.
Yeah, because he finished with the Wizards.
He
And
played a
I'm
couple
like,
years for Wizards.
yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, like you
Like, he's been
imagine?
retired for probably 2 or 3 years before he didn't go.
Yeah,
He didn't go right to the Wizards.
exactly. But my point is though, those times like it was 98 was the last one. They got 99. They got 2000. He could have finished with the Bulls.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they broke them up. Like I mean, that's just the greed and the money. They've never won anything since then.
Yeah.
So it's very. I think it's a very well produced show. Obviously, it's gotten so much ratings because of there's nothing on. So I mean, this is like you look forward to Sunday night at 9:00, and I'm looking forward to it. Like it's cool how they did put the they're giving the hook for it this week is like the last shot. Because that's that last shot he made where they thought he pushed off. I think it was on Karl Malone. It was on Karl Malone. It was on, maybe it was. There was a Russell.
It wasn't Karl Malone. It was Russell.
Yeah. And I mean, that's where Jordan got, but he still made a move. And now, if you do all time, who I'd want to have the ball for the last shot, I'm going to Jordan all day.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't miss.
He even said it on the show.
Oh, yeah. And he's like,
he was like,
me.
They asked Jordan, who
He's out with golf clubs.
Right.
He said, if you had to choose the person to take the last shot, who would you take? And he was like, me.
I'd love
Me. No, he's like, me, man. Come on.
Come on, you know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And it's like, he could say that where I'm not like,
I agree.
Yeah, that was like Mod Rashad that interviewed him or
Yeah.
whatever. But no, it's a very good series, and I'm looking forward to this Sunday. I'm hoping they have other things down the road like this for that unprecedented access because it really shows what's going on, not on TV, what these guys are doing. I mean, they were having Miller Lights, and Jordan saying, oh man, back in the day, like probably 10 years ago, they were having Miller Lights and cigarettes.
I feel like I know Jordan more now. Like the personal side
Yeah.
of him and just the human
Yeah.
side of him.
Yeah, I mean, he was emotional.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he was human.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said.
It's a great documentary.
Yeah.
One more thing before we do move
Mhm.
on. I was going to say about, if you look at, like, I was going to say back to, like, the Steve Kerr and Jordan thing.
Mhm.
I feel like that kind of created Steve Kerr's character, and that's why he became such a great coach for Golden State when he became the coach of Golden
We
State.
had that winning mentality.
Right.
He was on a great team. Those are all huge egos,
Right.
and he fit in.
I feel like Curry didn't become Curry until he came, because you heard Curry, he was around, his name was in the air, but then his name didn't become by himself until like really Steve Kerr came, and then his playing changed. I mean, his shooting, it was just more consistent. They made the playoffs more consistently, and then all of a sudden they broke the Bulls record, and it was crazy how all that just happened.
Yeah.
Once Steve Kerr came, I was like, maybe this is like an effect from when Jordan and like that, just the bond created Steve Kerr's character and how they just became a great.
I agree to some points, but I think he just had that personality, and he's a good coach.
Mhm.
And that was a great team, and I'm looking forward to it on Sunday. So see what
Yeah.
happens after this. I'm sure we'll talk about it next week
Yeah.
too. So anyways, let's move on to the NFL here. So this is our first segment here where we're going to sit and go and pretty much go by team to see what their records are going to be and see if we're on the same page or if we have different opinions. And then, by mid-season, hopefully if it starts and they have fans at some point, we'll do a mid-season review to see kind of where they are and if it matches up to our picks. So this week's the AFC East. Next podcast, we're going to do the NFC East, which I'm sure Todd will have a lot of input and interest in. I'm sure we all will. I mean, I'm curious what he's going to say.
Yeah.
And then we'll go on and on from there. But anyways, so starting down, I guess going around the table here, we'll start with Buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got them week 1 beating the Jets. What do you?
I've got to beat the Jets too.
I think we all agree on that.
Oh yeah. Bills week 1 at home. Sam Darnold, he's not that good.
Hopefully, he won't throw a pick to.
I mean, with Brady being going out of the division, the Buffalo Bills, in my opinion, are the favorites to win this division.
I think they'll win the division this year.
They're the lead horse. I'll get to New England in a little bit. Then I got Buffalo going to Miami in the heat, but I still think they're going to pull that win out because it's too early. Tua may not even be ready.
I hope Tua doesn't play this year.
No.
Get healthy.
No.
He'll come back the next year, learn their offense.
So Fitzpatrick's still there, right?
Yeah.
So he'll probably play this year.
Yeah, Fitzmagic
let
won't
him
be
back
there.
up.
Unless he does like really crappy to where Tua has to come in and help them.
Well, it's too early in the year for Fitzmagic.
I mean,
Usually comes
Lions
on here.
offense not ready to win right now.
Well, Fitzmagic comes in about week 5 sometimes.
And it lasts about 5 weeks, and then he has cool beers and outfits.
Maybe about 3 or 4 weeks. Because then he played us.
I'll give that guy. He's moved around the NFL and done his job. I mean, he has. I mean, he's smart. He went to Harvard, right?
Smart
I think
dude,
he went to
very
Harvard,
smart,
so he knows what he's
Smart
doing.
dude.
So I can't.
I remember he was wearing Deshaun Jackson's.
Oh, yeah.
Coming.
I mean, we can.
Those
pick them all.
press comps were.
Oh, they were awesome.
That was awesome.
But we could pick on him all we want, but he's gonna laugh at us to the bank. So yeah. Anyways, but
I don't think anybody's laughing at him.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
so
It's
then in week 3, I've got Buffalo beating the Rams at home. Rams coming across the East Coast.
Yeah,
It's always
The
difficult.
West Coast coming to the
In
East
that new
Coast is
stadium,
tough,
too.
especially at 1 o'clock games.
Yeah.
That's a new stadium. I think the Bills.
No, they're at home. They're in Buffalo. They're not in LA.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I
so-
didn't see that.
Yeah, so that's all right. But I was going to say they're like Todd and I are saying, they're coming across the East Coast.
So
You're
one-
playing at 10 o'clock in the morning, basically.
Right. Yeah, 1 o'clock game is 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, which is very hard. And then then you got to figure the Rams are not as good as they were last year. Gurley's gone.
Yep.
Jared Goff, I don't know what guy's gonna show up.
He keeps like slowly. Going
Well, I mean,
like
Brandon
this.
Cooks is not there, so now you've got
Where'd he
Cooper
go
Kupp. Yeah, Brandon Cooks, he went to
No,
where'd he go? No, it's the Texans. He went to the Texans,
yeah.
So
Filling DeAndre Hopkins.
yeah, big shoes.
Wow.
But they don't have the Rams. Don't really have. I mean, they have Cooper Kupp. They have Cooper Kupp.
Woods.
So I mean,
Robert Woods.
Robert Woods, but I think both of them benefited off having Brandon Cooks too, because he had pretty good seasons.
Yeah.
Even New England, whatever. But yeah, I picked that as a victory. So they're starting the season off 3-0, and I think all of our books there.
Yeah.
Then I got them going to Las Vegas, which I think playing in the Death Star building that it's going to look like they're going to lose.
I can't see this stadium.
Yes, at nighttime it's probably going to look really cool. So when we
That's
get to them, it's going to be.
That's definitely a trip.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
That'd be cool.
Go to Vegas, go to the game, go bet.
Yeah, exactly. But I got them losing to Las Vegas. Then I got them going to Tennessee and losing because I think Tennessee's
Well, actually,
Despite-
I don't have that.
I have the Bills beating the Raiders. Because
So you got 4-0.
even though it's a new stadium, the Raiders are still the same team.
Right.
They're not any different. Their Bills are still their same team. They're still the better team, and I still think they're gonna win.
See, I have the Bills beating the Rams or the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
They're a better
So you
team.
both got
It's a better
4-0.
team.
I'm 3-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
What about Tennessee?
I have them losing to Tennessee
Okay.
in Tennessee.
I have them losing to Tennessee too.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Tennessee.
So no Music City Miracle.
No,
remake.
Derrick Henry. I feel like
Okay.
Derrick Henry's gonna do his thing and run all over them.
Yeah.
Tannehill. We'll see how he does. But
He's everything
he-
he's seen.
I
I think over
We'll see.
8.
I just feel like this is the best team of the 5 weeks. This is the best team they're going to see.
Yeah. Well, no, because week 6. First 5 weeks.
First 5 weeks.
First week 6, they got at home against Kansas City. That's a
they're
loss.
gonna lose that game.
You know, they're gonna be 3 and 3
I
after
lose
that.
that. Yeah.
All right, so I got them 3 and 3.
I have
I have 4 and 2.
I have 4-2 at this
Okay, all right. So then they got them going to the Jets. Week 7. I got a win there.
I gotta win too.
That
Yeah.
is a win.
Sweeping the Jets.
Yep.
They usually do pretty well in New York. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I got them back home against New England, winning because they have played New England well the last couple years, but it's been Tom Brady
Bills
or whatever.
Who am I saying? The Bills are in.
I do too. I have them beaten.
They do pretty well.
At home.
Yeah.
This is their year.
Yeah, I think that
I have.
that's what separates them. As you'll see what my record is in New England in a little bit, but I think that victory helps them get over the hump because I don't think they're going to beat them both. I think they're going to lose.
Yeah,
You'll see
I'd
there.
be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have them winning the Jets in New England, but the funny thing is I said they do well in New York, and Buffalo is in New York.
Devin has to go back to history class once it's
It beat New Jersey.
Yeah,
You mean
yeah,
the
yeah.
Free Cost?
Yeah. So next I got them losing to Seattle at home because I think that team
Yeah.
coming across, they will win. Seattle I think is still a good team. They're a well-coached team. And Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it's in Seattle.
Yeah.
No, that's in Buffalo.
No, it's in Buffalo.
That's in
Oh, it's in Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one
I
team I
think-
think.
I have Seattle beat them, but
Okay.
it's one of them toss games.
I had
Buffalo.
2 games like that this year where the away team comes in Buffalo, and it's just like that weird kind of game where that away team wins in that Buffalo environment. And that's
Yeah.
why I think Seattle will be that one team.
Yeah, they're the one team I think can come across
Yeah.
from the West to do it.
Definitely.
Then they're going out to Arizona, which I picked them to beat Arizona.
Me too.
Yeah, Arizona I don't think is going to have a good year, but
Okay.
I have them losing. And later, when we get to all that stuff later, but I have Arizona losing a lot of games.
So I got 7 and 4 right now after the week 11 bye. No, what do I have there? 3 and 3,
I have
5 and
7
3, 5 and 4, 6 and 4,
I-
6 and 4.
I
excuse me.
have 7-3 right now.
All right, so I'm
7
6
and
and 4 after week 10, going into the bye. Week 11, they're going against the Chargers at home. That's a
That's a
victory.
victory.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's not going to be ready.
Chargers aren't going to be a very good team, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. They lost Melvin Gordon. They lost
You know,
Phillip Rivers.
I was
and
looking at
rookie quarterback.
Right.
Nah.
I was looking at that Ohio State versus Wisconsin. Like I was watching a replay on YouTube the other day. It was Ohio State versus Wisconsin 2014 Big Ten Championship when Ohio State just completely killed Wisconsin. I didn't realize Melvin Gordon was on that team in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
back
that.
then, yeah,
He's
he
good.
was, he was good.
Yeah, I thought he was like on a different team.
Oh
Like,
no,
Yeah,
Nah, he was good.
yeah,
He's good. So after that, so that gets me to 7 and 4. You guys are what 8 and 3.
Yeah.
All right. So then they're going to San Francisco. That's a loss.
that's a lot.
Yeah, it's
they're
a
not
tough
gonna
game
beat the Niners.
in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I have them have a bad stretch of their season.
Yeah, this is it.
That
Yeah.
San Francisco defense is gonna be a tough task for Josh
agree.
Allen.
Well, and then the next they're home against us, Pittsburgh, our team. I picked them to lose to Pittsburgh actually.
So do I.
Sunday night game, prime time.
In Buffalo.
Mike Tomlin doesn't lose many. Well, at home he doesn't lose
we
many.
lost to Buffalo last year in
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
yeah. That's a
But-
revenge
but-
factor there.
But you have to take in fact
Ben wasn't there.
Ben wasn't there. Their team, it was kind of up and down. It was mainly their
They
defense.
were down.
It
This
was up and down.
They had
It
no
was up and
quarterback.
down.
This is what scares me about this pick is
Is Ben going to be playing
is
there?
Ben going to be playing?
Yeah.
Because if Ben's playing, the Pittsburgh show should beat them.
Yeah.
But
If he's not, there's a loss.
And this was the second team that I had winning in Buffalo. Like, it's just that kind of environment. If you look back a few years back when we had Bell and Brown, and it was in that snowy game, and Bell rushed for over like 200 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like
Oh, that was a different team though. Buffalo wasn't.
it was a different team, but I feel like we play well in that type of environment.
It's definitely a tougher game this year.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Well, so then week 15, I got them going to Denver, and this is my upset there, beating Denver in
really?
Denver late in the
Oh,
year.
wow.
Because cold weather's not going to affect them because they're
No.
playing it.
I don't.
But the altitude will.
And I think it's a must-win though.
So
But that's where Buffalo has to win. They got New England in New England the following week, and if they're coming off 2 straight losses,
see,
they got to win one.
I have them beating New England. That's the difference. I have them sweeping New England.
I
losing.
have them beating. I have them beating Denver, but I don't think it'll be like an upset. I think.
You have,
I
I
think.
have them losing to Denver.
Yeah, I'm losing to Denver. I have them winning because I don't think it'll be much of an upset game. I think Denver will be a very average team this year. We obviously haven't gotten to their schedule yet this year, but once we look at the schedule,
yeah.
I just don't think Drew Lock. He was 5-1 coming in last year, but
I think he's
that was like halfway. It was just like Tannehill. So we'll have to see how he does throughout that whole season. Now he does have Judy. He does have not Emmanuel Sanders.
Hamlin.
Hamlin and
They had a good draft. They had a lot of good receivers.
what was their key wide receiver last year? You had Cortland Sutton.
So, yeah,
Sutton
they are
and-
3.
And Phil Lindsay. So they might have a good
And Melvin Gordon.
And Melvin Gordon. So I think they
Drew Lock doesn't have. He's got 2-star running backs. He does not have to throw the ball
Right, they
every
don't-
time. If they're getting 4 to 5 yards a carry, he's getting third and shorts
Yeah.
a lot of times. So he doesn't have to rely on constant deep. He can develop his receivers. And to me, the victory against Denver is an upset. That's what I'm picking it because it's going to be either a last-second victory for them to walk off, or they're going to win by 7, and then Denver just failed to tie it late. I don't think it's a. I disagree with you. Drew Lock, I think he is a good quarterback. I think he's proved it last year, his development.
Well, Tannehill proves himself last year.
No, Tannehill has been around a lot longer, and I still think he'll be a bust.
You can't really compare the two. 'Cause
Yeah,
Tannehill's
those are
had
not a
before-
good compare. Yeah,
Tannehill's going to be a solid, don't kill you quarterback.
yeah. Well, he's
But
got a
not
running
gonna-
back.
He's not going to win you games.
Yeah, you don't want to put the ball in his
Now,
hands.
it's way too early to tell
Lock,
if Lock's going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's going to his second year. He showed promise last year.
And he's got
He's
receivers.
got a good core offense around him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in a great spot.
Yeah.
I think he's got a good, like you said, supporting cast. We got 2-star running backs, and your defense. I mean,
Yeah.
you went after your defense a little bit in the draft, so they're going to be improved. So that's going to be an upset in my opinion.
Well, I just feel like Denver. In my head, I feel like Denver's gonna be a good team, but there's just grudge like pulling it back, and it's just like I don't know what it is. I just feel like something.
You're a Steelers fan?
Something.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like it's
It's
just.
like in all games. That's how I look at it. Something pulling us back towards that. That's what it is. Accept
I mean, if
that.
you're a
yeah.
Redskins fan, you think you're gonna win a lot.
No, they're pretty used to losing. So
I have us going better than I thought.
When we get to theirs, you'll watch. I mean, he's got a realistic, an unrealistic, I think, record. But hey, he's feeling hopeful with his
I can
man
explain myself.
Chase Young. So then I got him week 16, Buffalo going to New England, losing. I think they're not good. I think that's where Bill Belichick is going to be a smart guy. No matter what he's got, he's going to figure out how to beat them, to hurt them. And
This is going to be key to the division. This game.
these last 2 games.
Well, they should beat Miami.
Well, they're going there home
uh,
against
yeah.
Miami. That's where the
If
victory.
they want to win the NFC or the AFC East, they need to sweep the
the Patriots.
and I have them doing that.
Yeah, I
To
have
be
them winning their
10-6.
last 3 games: Denver, New England, Miami.
Well, I have them beating Miami both times. So basically, I got them 9-7, which we'll see in a little bit when I've got New England, which will
Yeah.
I have them 10-6.
I have
okay.
winning
So they're
division.
winning the division
I have
outright, no
the
issues.
Bills at 11-5.
Okay.
Are they winning division?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
division.
Okay. All right. So next is Miami, a team that's I think will be on the rise, but not yet. But I think they'll improve from last year. So week 1, lost to New England. They're going in. Bill Belichick's not going to lose his opening
Yeah,
game.
that's a
He's
loss.
not.
That's tough.
It's just
I
not.
have Miami winning that game.
Okay.
You saw what happened last year, right? New
Mm,
England.
yeah, but I still think Bill Belichick.
So you have Miami beating in
New England.
That's what
Week
happened-
1.
That's what happened last year.
Okay,
All right.
Not week 1, but it happened. And they beat them in
you're
New
right.
England
Okay,
last year.
you're right.
So then I got them losing to Buffalo.
Me too.
So 0-2.
Yeah, they lost the ball.
Going to Jacksonville, I think they're going to win. Because Jacksonville's
I have them losing.
really, they're just not a good team.
I have them beating New England.
I think they're better than
lost,
Jacksonville.
lost to Buffalo, and then win against Jacksonville. So I have them at 2-1 at the moment.
All right, so I'm 1-2.
I have 0-3.
Okay. So then I got them playing Seattle at home, losing to Seattle. It's another
they
game
lost too.
Seattle will go and win. Then they're going to San Francisco. Loss.
That's a loss.
Yeah.
So basically, I got them at 1-5.
I have 0-5 or 0-6.
Okay. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got them at 1-4. Excuse me. You're 0-5. Yeah.
Yep.
I have them at 2 and 3 right now, and then
Then going to Denver, losing.
That's 2 and 4.
Yeah. So 3 straight losses right there after the Jacksonville victory. Then I got them playing the Chargers, a victory,
Yeah,
week 7 at home.
I haven't losing.
Wow. Chargers.
Yep.
Wow. All right. So Rams, I got them going back to back. This is where my stretch for Miami is: beating the Chargers, beating the Rams at home. So basically, now they're 3-5.
Okay.
Then I got them beating Arizona in Arizona.
Wow.
That's
I
an
don't
upset.
know
That's my upset.
Okay.
Miami and the Jets, they always have close games. I got them beating the Jets at home.
This is my first win for them.
Wow.
The Jets.
So I've got them at 5-5 going into their bye.
Okay, so starting at
1-9.
starting at
Woo.
starting at the Chargers. So they're
That's
at
a tough.
they're
That's
at-
a tough start.
I mean, they're not a good team.
No.
they're at 2 and 4 right now. Going
You're
going,
2
in,
away.
going into LA to play the Chargers at that new stadium. I have them winning against the Chargers, but I have them losing to the Rams, Arizona, and the Jets. Because I just don't think
So another 3-game losing streak
Yeah.
after beating the Chargers.
that's
then the
what-
bye week.
They're gonna be that kind of team
Yeah.
this year. I feel like.
Well, then they're going to the Jets. I picked them to lose.
Me too.
I got them beating Cincinnati because Cincinnati just.
I haven't been
Who
in
knows?
Cincinnati. That's a toss-up. That's another game.
Yeah, it could
You
be.
go either way.
Yeah. KC loss,
Yeah.
regardless of where it is.
Yep.
New England, I picked them to beat New England in Miami because New England
New
is
England
struggling
struggles
in
in
Miami for
but
some
I still
reason.
pick New England winning just because they're a better team.
And then the last 2 games here, they're at Vegas, at Buffalo, both
Yeah, me
losses.
too.
7-9.
I have them beating the Jets. I have them beating Cincinnati. Then I have them losing to Kansas City and then beating New England. I think they're going to sweep New England this year. New England's not going to be a good team. And the reason why New England's not going to be a good team is because that's Belichick's way. He's going to try and get that pick in the draft.
No.
Yes, he will.
Belichick does it another way.
Well, I have them 2 and 14,
Whew.
and
They're getting the number 1 pick.
they may not beat Cincinnati, and they may not beat the Jets.
So they may go 0 wins and having
They
clear
could
number
be.
1 pick.
They have 3 winnable games: Jaguars,
Yep.
the Jets one time, and
Yep.
Cincinnati.
Okay.
Everything else, I don't
It's
see
easy
being
losses.
What about the Chargers, though? That's not an easy one.
Yeah, Chargers is a victory. I
That's
think.
an easy victory.
Chargers are awful. They have no. They have Herbert, and he's a
And
rookie.
then you have
They've got a nice
Patrick,
defense. We'll see. I mean,
Well,
don't get me wrong. It's
So here's
okay,
the
4
early.
winnable games,
I
but I say they're gonna lose because they're just not a good team.
I have them losing in Vegas and then losing in Buffalo, so.
Well, here spark up some controversy here. So if they go that bad, say they win nothing, so they have the number 1
So
pick.
pick-
Trevor Lawrence is right there.
Oh my.
Tua is their quarterback. That's a trade. I think they. Well, I think they're trading Tua.
Yeah, I think I have to trade
Yeah,
Tua.
trading Tua, keeping that pick, and getting Trevor Lawrence, who would catapult them into. Because unless Trevor Lawrence gets hurt,
Yeah, we'll see.
that would be interesting
Yeah,
controversy
that-
there. So
I don't know how that would go.
yeah. All right. So now the New England Patriots, as you think, are going to be awful.
Well, I had the Dolphins at 6 and 10, so.
All right. Well then, okay. So you're 7 and yeah, 2 and 14. I'm 7-9, so we're pretty close. New England. So starting off, I have them beating Miami with the week 1 there, as you have them losing. At Seattle, New England's
I
losing.
losing in Seattle.
Yep. Home against Vegas, winning.
I have a winning against Vegas.
At KC, loss.
Losing, yeah.
Home to Denver,
Well, hold on.
win.
I have
Hold
them
on,
beating
let's-
Denver.
Are you going through the first 5 picks and then just saying them? Because I feel like I'm not getting a word in.
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, like, let's just go one by one.
All right. So
see
Miami,
what
we knew
have.
you had.
Miami, obviously, I feel like
Yeah.
they're going to lose.
Seattle lost.
Seattle, I feel like they're also going to lose. I
Okay.
feel them beating Vegas. I see them.
I had
We
them.
have-
Yep.
I see them losing to Kansas City and
Yep.
then losing to Denver. So now I'm caught up. Okay.
So I have them beating Denver.
So do I. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, so both of us have beaten
3 and
Denver.
I have them 3 and
in
3.
in New England with
3 and
that,
3 for me.
This,
3 and 2.
this
Excuse
is
me.
where Denver's gonna be that team to show like where that team this year. That Drew Lock, where they're a very young team, but that veteran defense.
All right.
Young offense, veteran defense.
So after the bye, I got New England at home against San Francisco, winning.
So do I.
I have
Just
them-
because it's at home.
Across the West Coast.
I have them losing that game.
Okay. At Buffalo, a loss.
I lost.
Okay, we all okay. So at the Jets, win.
Loss.
Wow.
I have a
losing
loss
to the
too.
Jets. Oh wow. Okay. Baltimore, loss.
Lost.
At Houston,
Loss.
loss.
I have a win.
Okay. All right. Home to Arizona,
Loss.
win.
A win to
Loss.
Arizona.
At the Chargers,
A
win.
win.
At the Rams,
Win.
loss.
I have them beating the Rams.
I have
Okay, so I'm lost. At Miami, loss.
I have them beating the Dolphins.
All right. Home to Buffalo,
Loss.
win.
That's a loss.
Wow, at home to the Jets, win.
Win.
I'm at 4-12.
So they're 10.
4-12.
I have them 10-6, but not winning the division because Buffalo sweeps them. And
Okay.
Has head on.
So I have them 9-7, tied with Buffalo, but then but Buffalo. I'm sorry. New England actually they sweep the Jets. Buffalo doesn't. New England wins that division again.
Well,
by
head to head
sliding
first. Do you have them splitting? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
So they
yeah,
split and then
yeah.
it goes
Well,
to
I mean-
Well, because head to head, I have like Buffalo and New England basically both beat. I have Buffalo beating the Jets and twice. New England, I have them beating the Jets twice. Excuse me, they do have them beating twice.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have Buffalo splitting with New England. So they're splitting with New England.
So that's the difference between
Yeah, right there.
I have the Bills sweeping the Patriots. That's how they win.
Okay, so that's where that's why I think the Patriots actually win.
So you have them win the division?
Slide in to win again.
Oh wow.
Because
No.
Bill Belichick is a sharp guy.
Listen,
Huh.
so
That'd be a hell of a coaching job.
Yes,
I'm not
that's what I'm saying.
I say 4-12, but I'm not saying they get.
4-12.
I'm not saying they get blown out every game because they don't have an offense. They have a great defense, but not an offense, so they don't have enough offense to score points.
It doesn't matter.
they're going-
Defense.
And a lot of
That's where you're wrong.
teams are going against have a strong offense, except for San Francisco and Miami. I mean and the Jets.
Vegas doesn't have a strong offense.
I just don't see them.
KC
winning
does. Denver does.
games.
San Fran doesn't.
I see them close games, but not. I just don't see them winning the games. I see them trying to get that close draft pick and trying to get a new quarterback.
So no, I can't.
Bill Belichick
I
has
will
never had a number one.
I will
like that.
never believe that Belichick's
Yeah.
going to coach the lose.
He doesn't. His
That's not
ego
his-
doesn't allow
That's
it.
not his DNA.
I don't see them having a good season.
Whether they don't have a good season, it's not because he's not trying. He's
Yeah.
trying to get
Bill
some
Belichick is a
He could care
phenomenal
less
coach.
about what position he picks.
Yeah. He's a phenomenal coach. He's
If
smart.
anything, if you watch his draft
This
record,
will
he
be-
would rather have late round picks than.
Yep. Look at how they stockpile all the time. They
Yeah.
stockpile late round picks for
Yeah.
that reason. But then also, he's a defensive minded coach. He was under Bill Parcells. He took Cleveland to a good record. The Jets, I don't think he ever coached. He left after one day or something, went to New England.
Right.
He has been on top of that division for 20 years. And it's not all because of Tom Brady.
I just
Because-
don't
and-
see them doing.
I mean,
Okay.
when Tom Brady got hurt, they went 11-5.
Yeah, they
This
still-
is the
Now,
year-
don't get me wrong, that team was a lot better than the team there is
Yeah.
now. But
Stedman is actually not decided. I mean, you don't know.
we don't know. He's still unknown.
Belichick's high on him. And it was this
And
week.
it does say a lot that he hasn't got anybody else in there, so he must be high on him.
Yeah.
So
And
I think this is gonna be the setback year where they just take a year back. I know, but you say Belichick won't do it, but it's not because he's doing it on purpose. Maybe he's not doing it on purpose.
so they just lose it because it just doesn't
It
come.
just doesn't have the
That's
team
fine, that can happen.
chemistry.
Right.
that can happen.
Hey, I'm with you. I would love to see New England finish 4-12. The years I've had to watch them beat my team in AFC championships and just the agony of it.
Sucks, yeah.
I would love to see that. But do I love Bill Belichick as a coach. I do. I've always loved him as a coach because how he just handles the media is hilarious.
I mean, obviously,
You don't care.
in this new era, Kansas City's that new team to beat.
yeah.
Okay.
But look how much they had to
And
do.
Super Champs.
Yeah.
But look how much they had to do to beat New England. That team was still hard to
Well,
beat.
2 years
Kansas
ago-
City finally got that.
Not last year, but the year before, they
Yeah, beat 'em in overtime.
they were beating
Yeah.
the Patriots.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady
Brought them
brought them back.
Yeah.
And
That is the missing link, though, too, to Bill Belichick. To your point, Brady is a huge link to that
I agree.
greatness of that team.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
had great defenses, and Bill Belichick finds guys that are not even playing football, and they turn them
Yeah.
into something.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right,
I'm with you.
Let's
on that.
finish with the
Yeah,
Jets.
the Jets. Let's go with the Jets.
I know they're not going to be good, but we should at least give
Yeah,
them
the Jets they're due. So I got them week 1 at Buffalo, losing.
Loss.
Me too.
All right, San Francisco at home,
Loss.
loss. At Indy,
Loss.
loss. Denver, here's
Win.
their upset win.
No, I have
New
them
York.
losing.
All right. Arizona,
Win.
loss.
Losing.
That's a win.
All right. At Chargers,
Win.
loss.
Losing.
That's a win.
Buffalo, loss. At KC,
Loss.
loss. New England,
I have them
loss.
beating New England
win.
because it's a division game.
So I have us
And for
loss.
some reason, New England somehow I was going to lose to them. I just have that.
All right. So I got a loss. You have a loss too, right?
And
So-
you gotta remember,
so I'm at
Le'Veon
one-
Bell could have that good breakout year. That new lineman that they got.
I'm at 1-8.
Ahmed, that's what I am.
So
I mean, I got him at
At New
Miami,
England?
loss. loss.
I have them at
Miami lost. Or Miami
four and
Miami
five
lost.
now.
Yep.
So
I have them
basically-
winning against Miami,
Going into the bye week, they're 1-10.
and then I have them losing the rest of the season.
I have the same thing.
After Miami, after the
I have
bye,
them. I have them beating Miami.
and after the bye, I have them losing the rest of the season.
I have them beating Miami out of the bye,
So do I.
beating Vegas,
I have them losing to Vegas.
losing to Seattle on the Rams
Losing
on
to
the road,
Seattle
Loss.
Rams. Yep.
beating Cleveland,
Loss.
and then
I have
losing
the
at
loss.
New England
What's your record?
4-12.
I have
5-11.
3-13.
So they're one better. You have New
And
England
this
in
is,
the
by the
basement.
way, in my opinion, this is going to be the worst division in football. As far
Yeah,
as record.
Yeah.
Because New England's not overseeing it anymore. So
I mean, AFC
Yeah.
North could easily be one of the bad ones, but we also
Yeah,
have
you guys got Ravens and the Steelers.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
And
Bengals are improved.
And the Browns might be better than we think.
yeah,
Might.
Baker Mayfield goes back to how he played
all
his
that
rookie year.
controversy that happened last year. It's gonna pull over this.
I bet it wouldn't, but you never
Yeah.
know. They got good players.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we'll see. So that was our first cover there, AFC East. Like I said, next week we'll cover the NFC East, which I think will have some good conversation, like I said, from Todd.
Yep.
But I will be interested to see if New England finishes at 4-12, the bottom of that division, which they haven't been in 20 years.
I
So
mean, to
that
be
would
honest
be
with you, I
great.
would like it just because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
tired of
The New England
Patriots.
fans. I like Bill Belichick. I hate their fans. Their arrogance is ridiculous. It's like, it just shut up.
I've not had a lot of friends that are Patriot fans, but it's just I'm tired of them winning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
time for the Bills to take that division.
But I still have them in my picks. I still think that somehow he's going to slide it through because Bill Belichick he's got that power and that intelligence to figure it out.
Maybe he
Buffalo hasn't proven to me that they can jump that hurdle full.
That's gonna be the
did
key.
last year.
What do they do?
big jump last year.
Yeah, it was a
They
big
did,
jump,
they
but
did.
Big jump last year.
yeah, but the table smashing ended actually when they played Tennessee. So basically,
Yeah, sure.
it was,
Tennessee's a good team.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. But anyways, that's today's show, guys. That was pretty good. But join us next week as we'll go into the NFC East and definitely some other things I'm sure we'll talk about. So have a good day and
Thanks for joining
take
us.
care.